Okay, modulation. Modulation is just a fancy word for a key change. So if I was in A, I was doing a basic A progression, 1, 4, 5, A being the 1, the 4 being the D, obviously the E is the 5. So I went A, D, E, but then I'm going to go up a half step. So if I'm in A, go up a half step, say this is a few minutes down the road, same progression, but instead of playing it on the 5th, 7th frets, I play it on the 6th, 8th frets. That's up a half step. And if you wanted to too, you could always use the relative minor. But usually a modulation, what I've seen with most of the songs, and I'm going to go over a really famous song with you that uses the technique of modulation. It just usually goes up either a half step, 1 fret, or 2 frets, or a whole step. But this song, I got Sunshine in the key of C. Let me go to F. So they play that song, they're doing the little riff too. So the song's in the key of C until the very end. They're going to modulate up a whole step to D. So they're playing. Minute and a half goes by. Then they go all the way from C to D. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. That's a famous example. And there's so many songs out there that use this technique of modulation. It's good to understand what it is. Modulation, just to change keys. And it's pretty cool. It really is. Say if I'm in D to a G. Then I want to brighten up and sweeten up a little bit. So now I can go to an E flat, to a G sharp. So you see what I did? I just took 2 basic chords, D to a G, G. Now I'm going to go to a D sharp to a G sharp. Went up a half step. I just went up D, G. Now, here's the D that I started in, because I'm in that key of D. Because usually, not always, whatever chord you start on, that's the key of the song. And then D sharp to G sharp. But usually, in my experience of what I've seen modulation, changing keys just from a half step or a whole step. A half step, which is 1 fret up, and then a whole step, which is 2 frets up. And so try this. So say if you're playing a song and you got, even if you got like 4 different chords, I don't know, something like C, E minor, G, and F. Now try this. So you're at C, E minor, G to F. Now, how can I play that? How would I know? Well, if I'm in C sharp, E minor is going to become F minor, and then G sharp, G to G sharp, and then F to F sharp. So I'm at C, E minor, G to F, now C sharp, F minor, G sharp, to F sharp. So try to practice. Take 4 chords, A, D, E, G, and then see if you can modulate them up a half step, then up a whole step. And practice that because it's going to enhance your playing for sure. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a little bit more, well, I wouldn't say a little bit more theoretical, but it's just an important technique that one needs to know, you know. And I like to emphasize some theory because there's players out there that say, oh, I don't know anything about scales. Well, you're going to limit yourself because scales are really easy to learn, and the scales are the way to go. And you got to learn some theory, you know, basic stuff like relative major and minor and so on and so forth, because that enhances your playing as well. Okay, I've lectured too long, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Keep playing and have fun.